I guess we still have that on the nation. That is
the reason we don't know.
So amazed impeachment proceedings.
Okay, maybe he has already known that he was eventually going to be impeached.
Well, could that have been a fast one on his part? Let's say have this away from politics now. Zorro. Is it Zorro? Where we have festival meets crime.
Yes.
Inside Delta's fertility festival gone awry. How my sales boy saved 2 girls from rape by restaurant owner. And we still have another one here. Lagos, Kaduna, Oyo, 7 others top ease of business rankings. And of course, that's a kudos to your state.
Yes,
yeah,
kudos. And I have this one here talking about education here now. 32.72% pass as WAEC releases 2026 WASC results for private candidates. Well,
could that have been a plus or minus? We shall find out.
We'll find out. We'll find out. And this one is talking about the book of matrimonial oddities. Yes. A woman tells Ibadan court, "My husband is a figurehead. I feed our 5 children, pay their school fees." And I believe that does not mean he's a figurehead.
Even that figurehead is even something.
Yes. You say a husband
is able to look at a figure and the head.
Yes. We'll just go to that. We'll come to that later.
Of course.
And Randy, general overseer in police net for impregnating teenage girl in Anambra.
Wow.
And the victim said he slept with her inside his church farm residence.
Wow. And that is desecration of what is holy.
Yes, and India clamps down on Nigerians over what we will see. We'll
just find out. It's still conversation on Oluyole 98.5 FM, and by the time we come back, we'll give you the best of the analysis and report. Conversation, Oluyole 98.5 FM. Conversation. Let's kick it started this conversation on Oluyole 98.5 FM this Saturday, of course, morning edition. Let's see, Nigerians in India.
Yes.
Indians clamp down on Nigerians. What have we done this time around?
Let's just go through this. It has happened in South Africa.
I will call that xenophobic attack.
Yes,
are we still having xenophobic now?
Yes, let's just see what is happening.
Okay.
Some Nigerians in India have raised the alarm over what they described as increased racial profiling and brutalization by the Indian police. They lamented visa regularization challenges and high renewal fees, which they said had made life unbearable in the Asian country. And some of the residents who spoke to Saturday Punch alleged that some Nigerian students were physically assaulted adding that reporting to the authorities had changed nothing. Yes, and the allegations are coming amid growing agitations by student bodies demanding urgent diplomatic intervention in the situation. And the National Association of Nigerian Students recently staged a peaceful protest at the Indian High Commission in Abuja over what it described as alarming reports of inhumane treatment of Nigerian students in India. And NANS issued a 7-day ultimatum to the federal government to for urgent diplomatic engagement, warning that it would escalate advocacy actions nationwide if the issues were not addressed.
Oh.
But we should have a high commission in India.
In India too.
So why can't they? I'm not sure whether we have, but we should have.
Of course, we should always have.
Maybe a high commission of
the high commissioner, the ambassadors,
yes.
and but the truth is, if Nigerians could be dismayed at the treatment, I am sure it must have gone out of hand. Nigerians, you know, we are thick-skinned people. We don't usually complain.
Yes.
Okay. Now, for Nigerians, because from what we have read so far, what we're able to gather, we'll say that the police brutality and, of course, racial profiling. So why Nigerians?
Yes.
And why India this time around?
Because I haven't heard anything about India engaging in this kind of, activity in the past.
And now we have Indians now clamping down on Nigeria. So what are they not going to do to us Nigerians? Because it's now becoming, of course, if we can have that in South Africa, we'll see what they did to, of course, our people, killing them, and what were their flimsy excuses? They're taking their jobs away, and not even the jobs alone. Some of them, they're taking their women away from them. The women away from them.
They are making money.
Yeah, they are making money.
But what the baseline is that if Nigeria was okay, if Nigeria was prosperous, if Nigeria had been a good country, that people will enjoy, that people will work and will make their money. Nothing's.
What's the essence? Of course, why would we need to travel anywhere?
If you want to travel, you just go for tourism, 2 weeks, 3 weeks,
just vacation, and just
come back.
Sightseeing.
Yes.
And now we go to other countries to struggle, and then we come back home to. That's why somebody said that Nigerians could make a living anywhere else in this world except in their country. Where should that be?
Yes.
And people now look at it coming from India. Well, I'm sorry, I'm not supposed to India compared to the natural resources and even human resources. Fine, they may have the population, but do they have the brains that we have?
Yes.
Because it's so appalling if Indians now could be clamoring down on Nigerians. And we are not talking about Nigerians just working, we're talking about students here. They are there to study. We are aiding your economy because we're bringing our hard-earned money there now. Of course, they pay the fees and everything, and then you look at the racial profiling and police brutality, and they say, now the officials are looking away.
Yes.
And then, what is Nigeria's High Commissioner doing? Look, just like the question you asked, don't we have that in India? Don't we have that in diplomatic relationship with them? Of course, there should be diplomatic interventions. Why must Nigeria be expendables anywhere? Of course, even in our country, are we not expendables?
Expendables, yes. And now, the NANS noted that the affected students, some students have been affected. At least it might have gotten to a level that they cannot take it anymore. And the affected students and other Nigerians too, engaged in legitimate businesses, had faced difficulties in renewing visas. Number one, mass arrests linked to immigration status, denial of rental accommodation based solely on nationality, closure of Nigerian-owned shops because of what we don't know, confiscation of goods without because of what we don't know also, and in some cases forceful entry into residences and detention under degrading conditions. Imagine forceful entry to residences.
You know, sometimes what is more disheartening is we have Indians, we have their companies there, we have them, Indian nationals living here in Nigeria, and they are living comfortably.
Yes.
We have them. We are hospitable people.
We have them here.
We have them. Look at their companies. Look at their organizations.
Yes.
In fact, pharmaceuticals, they are there. So why should Nigerians everywhere we are become threat to whatever it is you have going on in that country. And we're talking about students, we're talking about people who engage in legitimate businesses out there.
Yes, and students.
And students. So what is wrong with these people? What is wrong with Nigeria? In fact, the government should just admit I don't care how they go about this.
What is
because
wrong?
No life must be lost.
Let's say, let's just put it this way. What is wrong? India is an Asian country. What is wrong with the Western world too? It happens in the USA.
Yes.
It happens in Britain. So what is wrong with all these people?
All these people, and in fact, they're making us Nigerians endangered species. Is that what we have become? That means God has reposited these qualities, and of course, that cannot be found anywhere else in the world. And that's why when somebody said, we have 3 types of people in the world. We have the white, the black, and then the Nigerian blacks. Why the Nigerian people? They survive.
Yes.
Anywhere you find them in the world, and that is us. That is what makes us tick. I believe government, they're going to look into that. Fine. Now, thank God they're doing something with the rally and the process in Abuja, but let them take it to India too, so that they know that, of course, even if we are getting disrespected in our home soil, it shouldn't be abroad. That's why we have this international agreement on diplomacies and laws. All right, away from India now. Let's move to the politics. Tinubu attacks on Electoral Act, the service to Nigerians, and we have that on page 4. A disservice. Why is it a disservice to Nigerians? Coming from the president. And before a full house of the All Progressives Congress, APC, faithful from across the 36 states and the Federal Capital Territory, FCT, President Bola Tinubu last night revisited the attacks on the Electoral Act 2026 by the opposition, saying the act was a disservice to Nigerians, meaning the attack on these reforms. Tinubu said the law underwent rigorous legislative scrutiny, including public hearings before its passage by the National Assembly in line with constitutional provisions. He spoke of the 4th elective National Convention of the party, which had in attendance Vice President Kashim Shettima, Senate President Godswill Akpabio, House of Representatives Speaker Tajuddin Abbas, 31 state governors and other government and party officials. He said that while the government was not averse to criticism, the stance of the opposition on the matter was out of place. And while we welcome criticism, the constant attacks by opposition groups on the Electoral Act 2026 are a disservice to the Nigerian people. And that was what? What's the submission of the president? A disservice
yes.
to the Nigerian people.
Yes. Well, APC is again in the news. Now, talking about the convention, the All Progressives Congress will today convene a meeting of its highest statutory organ, the National Convention, to elect national officers to manage the affairs of the party for a tenure of 4 years. And today's event is expected to be a fait accompli, as a decision had already been taken by the National Party Executive Committee NEC meeting held last December to return the present National Working Committee under the leadership of Professor Nentawe Yiltwada and former Minister of Humanitarian Affairs and Poverty Reduction. And Yiltwada emerged as chairman in July 2025 following the power play that ousted former Kano State Governor Alhaji Umar Ganduje as national chairman. And investigations revealed that the decision to return the present national officers to Buhari House, the APC National Secretariat, through the adoption of a consensus option, was taken to stem the wave of litigation that could trail the party's zonal congresses and national convention on the eve of a general election. The consensus is generating some controversies, but I think most of them really believe in this consensus pattern of electing candidates. Yes, and the apprehensions have is on over this consensus issue. And checks by the Saturday Tribune revealed that the Electoral Act 2026 provides for direct primaries and the consensus option as choices available to political parties for selecting their candidates for party positions and elective offices, therefore foreclosing the indirect primary system contained in the constitutions of most political parties.
Well, but why now we know why opposition are always advocating for indirect. But now the truth, let's just stay with the APC now. Are they not having a divided house?
Well,
because if the CPC, we have this people coming together to form the APC, we have the okay, don't let us even go there. Now the CPC block.
Yes, they have taken the backstage.
Taking backstage. Wow. So whatever happened in PDP, I pray it doesn't happen in APC. Because the consensus, if one block is taking the backseat, and of course we all know when they say consensus, we all know of course the anointed son is supposed to be the president. Now
and people will agree. The party members will agree that okay, yes, we have agreed for this character, this politician to be chairman, secretary, the treasurer, and so on. If they agree, I think there will be no problem.
Now, for a block to be taking the backseat now,
yes,
that means there is another politicking waiting to unfold.
No, politricking.
Politricking, thank you.
Now, talking about the PDP crisis here, Governor Makinde's group awaits Supreme Court's decision, while Wike's group set for convention tomorrow. The Governor Seyi Makinde-backed Turaki-led group of the People's Democratic Party (PDP) expressed hope on Friday that the conciliation effort and the decision of the Supreme Court would work and rescue the opposition party ahead of the 2027 polls. And this came as the Abdulrahman-led PDP, which is backed by the Federal Capital Territory FCT Minister, Mr. Nyesom Wike, is bent on conducting a fresh national convention tomorrow to elect officers for the party. Well, I hope something tangible will come out of these reconciliation efforts, and that's coming from the ruling coming from the Supreme Court.
Okay. Well, if their reconciliation will work, we just pray the APC, the PDP will also have the house in order, and we can have credible opposition.
Yes.
Who, of course, who is going to put whatever ruling party we have on tools and so actually work out what the masses need for the betterment of this country and for the promotion and progress of democracy. Well, let's just hope that happens soon. Well, we still believe in justice. Of course, we know the Supreme Court, and that is the peak, the highest, and whatever is pronounced, whatever ruling we have, whatever verdict. Is there any other thing?
Yes, I think I'm seeing one here. IPAC hails INEC's extension of party membership registration deadline.
Yeah, on politics.
Politics, yes.
Now,
politics.
it's been extended May 10.
Yes, yes. The Inter-Party Advisory Council has welcomed the extension of deadlines for the submission of political parties membership register by the Independent National Electoral Commission, and IPAC said the development would ease pressure on political parties as they prepare for upcoming primaries. INEC had on Friday announced the extension of the deadline for the submissions of political parties registers of members as part of preparations for the 2027 general elections, and the decision was announced in a statement issued in Abuja by the National Commissioner and Chairman of the Information and Voter Education Committee, Mohammed Aruna. Well, I think that is a good.
That's a good one. That is that even here in the nation's paper we have INEC deadline for submission of parties membership register now May 10, and of course the Amokiton-led INEC, meaning yes, if we are not going to give him everything, we must not take this away from that. He listens.
Yes.
Of course, even look at the timetable that was first published, and when there was this brouhaha about
it just realigned,
rearranged, and that is the kind of, I guess, these are the kind of people we need having M's of affairs, are people who listen, not people who are bent on, who are actually stone-hearted and bent on having whatever whims and fancies they have cooked up. Of course, we feel, even if it's at the detriment of the people, this is still a plus to INEC and of course Professor Amopetan. Let's just hope these will further manifest into what we hope our elections will always be, free and fair. Of course, that moves straight. I don't know if we're there. Education, where WAHEC publishes 2026 CBWASSC, that is West African Senior School Certificate Examination results. Reports improved performance. Improved performance. Well, let's just say the West African Examination Council on Friday released the result of the 2026 first series computer-based.
And people are skeptical about
the conduct for private candidate, and I guess that's what we call DCE, confirming improved performance and increased nationwide participation in the examination.
And this is just a test run.
A test run, and if we are having this, that means, of course, we're coming to par with technology, and of course, give kudos to educational system, even if they're saying it's not been working, and if we should Nigeria today, we're really raising up, embracing technology, because it was like, just like you said, test running of what we have, computer based, and then if we can have improved performance, then we should expect more. And that is something. Kudos and way to go.
We congratulate you.
Congratulations, as long as we're having improved performance. And please, we don't want another story of hacking into our system.
Like
we don't want
that was done
to hackers tapping into. We don't want that. If this is improved performance, we want more improvement.
Yes, more improvement and more, security for this system.
For this system, and said, let's even for once say our educational system is heading, and that is somewhere lofty, and not like what has happened to education. Like, of course, you always tell us in our time. We now want to start writing history in our own time too. With the computer based, we are making progress because the students are raising up, and of course we can compete anywhere in the world with what we have, and that is what is always that word used. We can rival whatever educational system we have going on around the world, and that is us. Kudos to our students. I'm proud of us.
Yes. And now, back to the power sector again today.
Okay.
Yes, now, the federal government and power generation companies have disagreed over the reconciliation of debt in Nigeria's electricity market, with both sides offering different accounts of the actual liabilities owed to the GENCOs, that is the generating companies. And the Minister of Power, Adebayo Adelabu, said the actual debt owed to generation companies may be significantly lower than widely reported. Oh God. So, since all these years that it was said that 4 trillion naira was owed these GENCOs, the GENCOs, yes, you are now saying that it might be significantly lower. And the federal government had promised to pay 2.4 trillion naira. We are not mumus now.
What are the GENCOs reporting? Was it not 6.3?
No, it was 4.4 trillion naira.
Trillion.
Yes, and the federal government promised to pay 2.4 trillion naira. And now the minister is saying it might be significantly lower. than the 2.
So if we are having discrepancies in the accounts, so who is at fault?
Well, let me go
through. Let's get more details.
Yes, like you said, significantly lower than widely reported, as ongoing reconciliation liabilities to generating companies could settle at about 4 trillion naira rather than the 6.3
okay,
like you mentioned. 6.3
So the
figure.
Gencos are presenting 6.3 trillion.
Yes, often cited in industry discussions.
Oh.
And well, Adelabu made this known during a recent question and answer session at a press conference in Abuja, where he also apologized to Nigerians for the persistent power outages across the country. Okay, apologizing, yes, I think that was last week also.
There you go.
And well, let me just quote him here. You asked how much we owe suppliers. I can tell you that the amount we owe Gencos is estimated and is still being reconciled, the minister said. When we said 4 trillion naira as at the end of 2024, it was audited and agreed at about 2.8 trillion naira because of the interest elements and the foreign exchange components embedded in it. And a number of Gencos have agreed, while some are still discussing back and forth. But now that we are talking about 6 trillion naira for the generating companies, by the time reconciliation is concluded, it will probably be around 4 trillion naira total. Okay, fine.
Gencos insisting 6.3 trillion. The minister saying it could be less, and we have 4.4 trillion. And my question is, what are they actually generating?
I don't know.
Because if we are paying trillions for blackout,
yes,
please stop generating.
If you know that we will be blackout, don't
stop
give us light.
Stop the generation. What are you telling us? If we're talking about trillions, we're not even talking about billions now. And for us Nigerians, who are of course the end users, we are not getting power supply. So whatever is generated, where has it been going?
Yes.
And so if someone is now saying for generating this, we're expecting in our account we have 6.3, and the minister is saying no, what we have is 4 point. Now we are the users.
And at the end of the day, they said the first tranche of 2.4 trillion,
and nothing,
and it is still not paid.
And then we, the users, of course, the public, we are not getting whatever is generated or distributed. So what is the payment for?
I don't really understand.
I always say the government should declare state of emergency on security against power sector.
Yes.
In fact, total declaration of state of emergency, because we cannot fathom these monies. We're talking about trillions for blackout.
Yes, when you know what now? The Gencos and the distribution companies, when when
Discos,
Gencos, you know it has been privatized now, hoping that electricity will become better. When ECN, Electricity Company of Nigeria, then in the past, when it was on, it performed. It turned to the National Electric Power Authority. Yes, it was even better. Yeah. Even when it was partly privatized under PHCN and during the former President Olusegun Obasanjo's regime, Public Power Holding Company of Nigeria, they did better. But when it was now fully privatized, they are just doing nonsense. They beg your pardon for that word. Yes, I don't really understand them. How can an area, a whole community be having light once in 1 month for 2 hours?
2 hours in 1 month?
Yes.
Isn't that a luxury?
And yes, it is.
Isn't that a luxury? Because we have some areas in 6 months.
Yes, in 6 months. Well,
like you can imagine
that 6 months, maybe they'll have light for about 2 or maybe 3-4 times, in that 6 months.
What is most annoying about power supply now is sometimes, let's call it, what we call flashing.
Yes, flashing.
And then it's going, what if
I've been wanting more.
What have they turned us to in this country? Now, the truth is, in power, if is scooping this amount of money, And we're not saying, of course, whatever it is that is put in the government should please.
We are not seeing the effects.
Please, we're not saying the effect.
And it is affecting people. It is affecting the
manufacturing. Just like we brought out yesterday, manufacturing companies shutting down small scales and even medium scale enterprises. No, and then what is wrong with us?
Yes.
All this, and they say, okay, of course, less than 6 is this. What are you generating? What money are you paying?
Of course, I know an entrepreneur, small scale entrepreneur. He sells all these frozen foods, fish, and there was a time there was even no light in that area. He fell back on generator, and he will buy petrol so that he can feed, so that he can sell. He has to put the generator on 24 hours. So how will not the food, the items he's selling be expensive? It will be expensive.
Of course, we don't even want to go there. Sometimes even if you buy bottled drinks or some of our usual beverages, if it's chilled, it attracts special prices now.
Yes.
If it's not chilled, they give it to you. They say, Itoba tutu is 600, and you just keep wondering, what is wrong with us? The most annoying part is the emergency businesses created charging of phones.
Yes.
Of course, that should not be a business. But now it has come to stay. So areas, they just put it on, and before, if you want to charge your phone, it's 100 naira. Now it's 300 naira, and we're charging your power bank, it's 500 naira. Yes. About the nature of your phone, they are even grading you. If you're going there with all these the phones that we don't want to, of course, who cares if it is I or me phone. If we are going there, they tell you, I know this one is 600, we are charging this, and you just wonder, what is wrong with this country?
And you get to some spots that you see big tables loaded with charging points.
Barber shops?
Yes.
And people have told to, of course, you have to make friends with them by fire or by force. Otherwise, you are excommunicated. It's Nigeria. Of course, the show is Conversation on Oluyole 98.5 FM. And that was Power. Let's move on straight to what we have here. And this is, I just want to bring this, the late banker, Herbert Wigwe.
Yes.
And we're talking about the properties.
Yes, the guy
who... report links Herbert Wigwe to 106 London properties. And here we have late banker is 7th on list of billionaire homeowners. Not even in Nigeria, in London.
In London.
Wow. Banking must have been a very good business.
Just for to memory lane now, the Wigwe, it was the I think the creator of the Access Group also, and he was traveling in an helicopter, I think, to watch a football match.
It was tragic.
Yes, himself, his brother, his son.
The son. And then, looks like what we have here. Late banker is 7th on list of billionaire homeowners. And of course, he said the late group chief executive officer, GCEO of Access Holdings PLC.
Yes.
Herbert Wigwe has been linked to the ownership of 106 properties in London. A report by the Londoner titled Revealed, The Billionaires Who Really Own London, unveils the secret overseas owners of 32,000 real estate across the city. The publication said it was able to uncover the owners of the assets because of a recent change in the law, which is forcing these foreign companies to register their real owners. Wow. Well, may his soul rest in perfect peace, but what happens to these properties?
May his soul continue to rest.
We just wonder what happens to these properties.
Yes.
It was the more, because I'm always interested in the matrimonial oddities.
Yes.
As the human angle story.
Yes, let's check this out. Yeah. Well,
when we add husband and wives, of course, who have been together for some times, and now.
Yes, let me just quickly take this before we get to the auditees page.
Right.
Yes, Randy, General Overseer in PoliceNet for impregnating teenage girl in Anambra. The girl, the victim, said he slept with me inside his church, farm, and residence. Let me quickly go through it. An evangelist and general overseer of a Pentecostal church, Izani, has been arrested by the police for impregnating a 16-year-old girl who was brought to him for prayers and healing in his house in Nnewi, Anambra State. The victim, Precious, was taken to the self-acclaimed man of God in his residence at Amici community in Nnewi South local government area for spiritual healing. The suspect, who claims to be the general overseer of a Pentecostal church in the area, was arrested by men of the Special Anti-Touting Squad, SASA, a security outfit of the state government, and Ezani admitted to the crime in a viral video which has been trending on social media. He also confessed mixing bitter leaf with other herbs for the girl to get rid of the pregnancy to avert public shame. Is this not public shame now?
Of course it is. And to add insult to injury, why she's in church.
Yes.
And that's sacrilege.
I am sure this supposed general overseer is not a true pastor. He is not, because men of God don't engage in
and of course
this kind of activity.
The Bible says it all. By their fruits we shall know them. And thank God that is. Of course, let's add it before we move into our oddities. Uzoro, inside Delta's fertility festival gone awry. Yeah, in the Uzoro Kingdom, Delta State, a centuries-old fertility ritual known as Aludo Festival, long regarded as spiritual intervention for women struggling with conception, ended in chaos on March 19 after criminal elements infiltrated the event and turned it into scenes of sexual harassment. 4 young women are confirmed victims of the sexual assault by some youths in the Uruamudu community of Uzoro that fateful Thursday evening. The OVL of Uzoro, His Majesty Iboka I, has since put an end to whatever right was left to be carried out. That was nice. And you see, in the 3 viral videos, the young ladies were groped by several young men at separate locations in Uruamudu quarters of the kingdom. I guess that was the commonest one. That was the prominent that we saw online. And now, so it was supposed to be a fertility festival.
Yes.
And now these miscreants in the name,
they
have given it a different name now. So thank God
they took over the
event and then just gave it a bad name. And thank God, fine. The press is going about to. We're not trying to demonize our festivals.
Yes.
Of course, that we're having assault. That is what is frowned upon. And thank God for the king who actually said they and cancel the rest of whatever right they have. That was proactive. And I hope all these perpetrators are booked and justice is really knock on the doors and given to them as deserved.
Yes, this one here, talking about matrimonial oddities now. Yes, this man, he says, my wife attempted suicide, turned our children against me because I suddenly became poor. That is according to the husband. And well, he said he sold his piece of land to pay their children's tuition fee. That is according to the wife. And well, of course, if what this man is saying here says the woman turned their children against me, yes, that is one of the characteristics of women anyway.
Well,
so I'm not
but the man
really
did
surprised.
what was right, sold a piece of land just to be able to pay the tuition of the children. That was.
He said he suddenly became poor. I think something happened along the line.
And then the woman could not live with that. Of course, when you are used to plenty, and now when it's no more,
the plenty is
they show their color.
Yes, and their real color.
Serious color.
It is then you will know them very well.
Now, of course, women, money. May God continue to bless us men.
Amen.
Because the only reason they respect is because you are still Let me know to the expectations of your responsibility. The moment it's checked just for once.
Yes. You see their true color.
Serious true color. That was like, no. In one of our commentaries, somebody said, you think your wife loves you? Pretend for 3 months that you lost your job. Then you see the true color.
Yes.
All right, let's.
She will just say, me and Moby Toti Ferry,
women, of course, they're fantastic human beings, and they are mothers and wives and girlfriends, and we appreciate them.
Yes.
Of course, we need to talk about certain oddities you have, please.
Yes.
When we don't have, it's not that we are being wicked. Just bear and understand with us, reason with us.
Yes.
Like Pisco, we always sing.
Now, my husband is a figurehead. I feed our 5 children, pay their fees. A woman, Abiodun, has approached Grade A customary court sitting at Makbo, Ibadan, Oyo State, seeking that an end be put to the relationship between her and her husband, Damilola, on the grounds of irresponsibility, troublesomeness, and battery. You understand what I'm saying now? And she's saying he is a figurehead. Does she know the meaning of figurehead? Figurehead. If you are just there, you don't know what to do. You are just looking like a
like zombie.
Yes. But she's now explaining better here now because of irresponsibility, troublesomeness, and battery. Can a figurehead embark on this
act, rigorous act?
My wife of 22 years denies me sex, says husband. He stopped giving me our children food allowance after he married another wife. You see? It is that man that has made that mistake. Yes, this one is coming from Zambia, Lusaka, in Boma local government.
Well, it's differently when we talk of matrimonial oddities. How is it that when you have money and you cheat on your wife won't accuse you, but accuse the other woman for trying to steal the woman, trying to steal the husband. But when you don't and you cheat, you are a cheater.
Yes.
That's why whatever you do, man, get money. And you have change of narratives, and that is all in night and those. So we open up the phone lines now. It's conversation on Oluyole 98.5 FM. And the number to call, of course, you know what the numbers are. The hotline 080-55-009850. I'll take that again. 080-55-009850. And alternatively 070-55-55-1985.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
This is Oluyole from you.
Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you, sir?
Fine, we're fine.
God bless you, sir.
Amen.
Amen.
Oluyole
You
from
too.
you. I love your statement this morning concerning the Genkos. We are being made to pay for what we have not used. The exact definition of robbery is forcibly dispossessing you of your possession. I remember some times ago, during Abacha regime, when the Professor Oluyole wanted to travel out, and he was accosted in the airport, and they seized his passport. When the reporters were interviewing him, he said, don't call this one season. It is robbery. Because I'm the owner of my own international passport, and I did not make any offense before the military junta dispossessed me, but at the one point, my passport. We are being robbed every day by these generals. We are paid every day, but instead of giving us life, we are being given darkness. And the government is trying to at least bail them out. Bailing them out for what? Paying for what? For what is not offered for sale? Is that done? Where is that done? Please, I used to say this as if though I am an antagonist of the present administration. No, they are not doing the needful. Masses are not benefiting anything. We are recording loss every day. We are being made to pay for what we have not bought. That's just it. Don't let there be no power supply anymore. Let them food up. That's it.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you very
Of
much.
course, they will always run you. We can't throw the baby out of the bathwater.
Throw the water with the throw the water out
We
with
just
the
throw the
baby.
water and we still, of course, will preserve the baby. We understand where it's hurting. Everyone is affected.
Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning.
Hello.
Hello, good morning.
I'm Alex Koda.
Good morning, Mr. Warren.
Yesterday. The group worked with Peter Papilla because they had the power. I want to explain to ADC that one government and state, they have the power. They use their power to stop insecurity. Use their power to stop poverty in Nigeria. 20% dying on poverty. To use their power in that. What else are you power? Have power be in charge? You take declare to portray there in Abuja. Again, we get confusion tomorrow. Why APC today? You can see the difference. They are working together. And I can train me fair election. Where is fair election? That man still doesn't say fair election. Because they had the election. Putting to Nigeria. The result. Now, I'm going to resign. What is the matter? When you go to APC, I don't support you. Problem with your face. You can see the thing is not one system Nigeria, one party system. We are one party system already. That's one governor with APC. What are you telling me? Since in Nigeria began, I haven't before? No. On another level matter. I don't know if you have a share. What I have in here. Thank you much.
Thank you, Mr. Warren. Well, and we're still not one party state.
Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Yeah, this is Victor from Oluyole.
You're welcome.
Yeah, I must commend you guys. I want to discuss on the power issue.
All right.
The power issue has been a mess, seriously, under this government. For the past over 1 month, have not been power. This is the first time in over 26 years that I will stay without power for over a month. It has never happened before. I think the governors too, they should invest in power, you know. People signed the, I think the electricity act some time ago. They should invest in power. Without power, no nation can develop. I don't think, you can't even do magic. Even God in his wisdom created light first before you can finish his work. But these are the things that are developing. You can't do anything in any country without power. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr.
very
Victor.
much. Yes, I think some governors have embarked on this independent power
and we
project.
have one from the east, and since power has been taken off the exclusive list, government's too well to
yes, and
invest.
Our own governor here too, Governor Shemakinde, as he had started for a long time. I think since about 2 years ago. Yes, started.
Let them just speed up the process.
They are just it has been completed. They are just gradually trying to spread the distribution of the power supply.
Power supply. Okay, we wish that happened before he actually leaves. Hands over. Hello.
Good morning.
Good morning to you.
Good morning.
God bless you.
Amen.
I'm there just waiting for my grand.
Yes, you're welcome.
We thank God for the life of politicians in Nigeria. The legislators, the senators, the president and the governors, generally, and other stakeholders. We thank God for their life. That they should be reminded that they are elected or selected to perform and provide the necessary and social amenities for the masses. We are the masses, we leave them in the hand of God. We are speaking because we don't want them to be punished. If you are silent and praying on them, the end will be devastating, will be bad. But we are talking because we are not satisfied. That's right. We are producing that for ourselves. We have water. And when we go to some places, people are repairing roads on their own. Make several things that they are supposed to provide for us are not being provided. Then they are talking of election. Election on what? Continuation of cheating, slacking, and dealing with us. They have institutionalized poverty in Nigeria. God is on the throne, and is a judge, a righteous judge. We won't give them up.
Hey.
Well, we lost that.
We're so sorry, we lost that.
That might be from your end. Yeah. Hello, good morning.
Hello.
Hello, good morning. Hello.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, Joe Michael calling from Molomi Kingdom.
Mr. Joe Michael, you're welcome.
Yes, sir. Mr. Kukimashu, you asked that what are they generating? They are generating this crap or whatever. They are generating darkness. That is the issue. But one man has spoken my mind, Mr. Fito from Iworo, he said the state governors, even especially the Oyo State governor, should please before he will leave, should embark on his own project on electricity. That will be better. So if it depends on federal government on power supply, it's a big line. So it's a big line. So let's the Oyo State governor before he leaves do something about the electricity. God bless you. Have a nice weekend.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Yeah, but look at the time. Of course, it's been a wonderful time on Conversation Saturday morning edition, and as always, we won't be able to pick up your calls, please. And we'll see you again on Monday, and that is going to be Bimbo and Bolu at the time.
Yes.
Let's just always remember Nigeria is our country, and there is no other country that we can call our home. And as always, we always say, those who have nothing but guns for the people and think of nothing but death and dying, let them spend our hard fortune harvesting blood from the fields of war. And you know what the last banquet will be? Is their children's blood. So think good, do good, and the good will always come back to us all. Good morning, I am Goke Moshood.
And my name is Bimbo Akombi. Thank you very much for joining us on the Saturday edition of Conversation. Yes, Bolu is here with
Sports Tit Bit.
It's another beautiful Saturday morning to talk sport once again. This is Oluyole 98.5 FM, the Trailblazer, the pride of the nation. Of course, you know we're the best in the West. Buluwaji Hill Gumala is here once again with all the news that you can use in the beautiful and ever exciting water sport. Of course, I'll be bringing you later the hottest and the juiciest sport news making rounds this beautiful Saturday morning. Of course, you know that it's international weekend as footballers return to their various countries to represent their countries. Some in qualifiers, some in friendly games. A whole lot of that I'll be talking about. Super Eagles of Nigeria, they were in action yesterday against Iran, and there was a 2-1 victory for the Super Eagles of Nigeria. But here in Nigeria, MPFL games will be played this weekend, starting today, as teams continue their push, some for survival and some for the title. That's the MPFL title. We'll take a look at that on the show this morning, as well as other sports. We'll check out the UFC, we'll check out tennis stories, as well as Formula 1 stories this beautiful morning. All you need to do is to sit back, relax, to enjoy this beautiful and interesting ride. Don't forget, we're also live on Okyogo 96.3 FM and Agility 92.1 FM. You can also check us out on Facebook. We'll visit facebook.com/Oluyole 98.5 FM. All right, let's kickstart this morning from the Nigeria Premier Football League. As Doma United Football Club of Gombe have secured promotion to the Nigeria Premier Football League, becoming the first club to confirm their return to the top flight from the Nigeria National League this season. The promotion marks a significant turnaround for the club side, which was relegated 2 seasons ago and has since mounted a determined campaign to regain elite status.